This week's speaker is from the land of hills, gothic cities, and the world's best drink, whiskey, of course. He has a background in web design and marketing, and with those skills in place, he set off to make onlinemarketingconsultant.co.uk, where he helps businesses generate more sales online using Google, social media, and WordPress websites. And while he was doing that, he honed his skills as a business growth coach and has helped a load of entrepreneurs get to the next level in their business. He's also an investor, a property investor, and a lover of wisdom. Online marketing is one of his main passions, and today he is here to tell us some of his secrets when it comes to growing your business using online marketing strategies. So please welcome to the stage Ben Laing.
Thank you for the introduction, Sindri. I appreciate that. Hi, everyone. So first question for everyone, just to understand the audience, is does everyone have a business here? Yes.
Yeah.
And does everyone want to grow their business? No.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's what I'm going to help everyone do, is help everyone here hopefully get some value that they can grow their business from this talk. So the topic I decided to come up with was a talk I'd already prepared, which was very handy for me because I did this talk in a community I have already called Ben's Business Book Club, and we do a weekly hangout in there, and we bring on guest speakers every week, and I was the speaker this week. So luckily I had a speech prepared for today that this will be even better than the first time. And it's a topic that I've not really spoke about publicly in the past. I talk a lot about search engine optimization, and that's usually the way that I grow businesses, through generating a new source of clients. So there's three ways to grow your business. You can get more clients, get more people to buy, more sales. The second way to grow your business is to increase your price, so charge more per transaction. And then the third way to grow your business is to get a customer to repeat buy from you, so repeat business. So they're like the three basic ways to grow your business. I focus a lot on the first one, which is generating new clients into your business. But I do recommend the other two as well, to increase your prices and find some type of continuity where you can get subscription-based businesses like Amazon Prime, for example, have a product like that where it brings in cash flow. Because the problem with only just generating new clients that only pay on a one-off is you need to, at the start of the month, you're at zero, and then you need to get that sale again. So I recommend having all three of them, because if you have increase all three of them across the board, your overall income increases, and your sort of business security, your cash flow is secured, and you start the month rather than at zero with maybe 1,000 or 2,000 to start the month, which is a great feeling. Anyway, what I'm talking about today is social media omnipresence. This is something that maybe why I ended up on this call today, because Sindri's maybe seen all the content I've been putting out there and making sure that my followers, I'm engaging and I'm active and out there with my existing followers that I have. I only have about 3,000 followers on Instagram, and across the board, probably maybe 10,000 followers across all social media platforms in total. And I'm sure a few of them are all the same followers from different platforms. The one thing I do well with that audience that I do have, albeit not hundreds of thousands, is I stay in contact with them. I produce new content on a daily basis now. So I've been in a place where I've had lots of content going out, and I was being very active in generating that, which was really a lot of effort. And then I went through a phase where my content was really quiet. And then I went into a phase again today and over the last few months where I figured something out where I don't need to put it, I'm managing to put out the same amount of content as before with systems and delegation, and getting this even better quality than I was before by myself. So that's what I want to teach you today, because I'm sure we all agree that I'm a marketing consultant. Marketing is all about, the first step of marketing is attention. So making sure attention, we live in an attention economy. So we want to get attention because attention leads to opportunities in sales for our business, and that can grow our business. So that's what I'm talking about. Social media omnipresence. The definition of omnipresence is basically being everywhere all of the time. So when someone looks left, they see you. When they look right, they see you. When they look up and down, they see you. So this is the ultimate social media hack that I've learned, to be everywhere all of the time without any energy coming from me to do that. So that's what I'm wanting to teach you today. So the strategy to make this happen is there is energy up front. That's the bad news. But the good news is, once you put that energy in up front, it isn't you that needs to do it to carry it on for the long term. So I put a lot of energy for about 2 years into a weekly podcast that I was the speaker, and sometimes I brought on a guest and let them do the talking, and I would just ask them questions. So I interviewed them. It became a solo podcast, which was just me. And then I started to invite guests to interview who were experts in different fields of business. I mainly spoke about my field of business, which is lead generation, marketing through the internet, and specifically search engine optimization tips. A great place to find ideas for content, by the way, is a tool called Answer the Public. So what you do is, if I put in SEO into a tool called answerthepublic.com, so when you use this, it gives you some feedback on what people are searching on Google and what people are searching on search engines, such as Google, Yahoo, Bing. And Answer the Public gives you feedback on additional ways that people use that in a phrase, in a sentence. So it might say SEO businesses, SEO companies, SEO services, SEO tips. And then we can write articles around that based on the fact that people are actually searching that. So it's a really good search engine optimization tool to understand keyword phrases that your prospect customers are searching on Google to find your product or service. So think about your topic, think about what your company is, what industry you're in. Think about how the customers search that on Google. Ask your customers, ask your existing customers, ask your prospect customers, what did they search on Google to find you? And then put that into Answer the Public. And then that's a way to actually, because a lot of people ask me the question, right, it's a great idea to create lots of content. And that's what I'm suggesting here. But what to actually create? So there's a great book. I'll show you it. This book here. It's called They Ask, You Answer. So that's the premise of what I'm talking about here. Your customer asks, you answered the question through content, through video. And this book's by Marcus Sheridan. So Gary Vaynerchuk, if anyone's heard of Gary Vaynerchuk, or Gary V, he had a podcast that was called Ask Gary V, and it's the same idea. So that's where you generate content and content ideas. You don't make it up from your creative mind. You just find out what your customers are asking and answer them. And then you've got unlimited content from there, plus that tool I've given you, Answer the Public. Plus there's an additional tool you can add on to that, which is a Google Chrome keyword extension tool. It's free, but I think you have to pay for credits, like a one-off payment. And when you combine Answer the Public with keywords everywhere, it actually gives you the search volume of each of these keyword phrases. So that's a great place to really find out the data behind how many times this gets searched per month on Google. So you want to obviously write and create content based on data that there's a lot of people actually searching that. So what I call this is top tier content. So once you've found the questions to answer in video form or written form, I personally go onto Zoom. I plan out a talk. I go onto Zoom. I stream that Zoom onto Facebook, and then that content's been distributed live. So I don't have to put in any effort later to publish it, because it's publishing as I speak. That's what I love about Zoom plus streaming it live onto Facebook. And then all I do is I record every talk that I do. So it's downloaded onto my PC, but it's also on Facebook for my video editor to download. And all I do is answer the questions that my customers are asking. And I create that top tier long form content, which it could be half an hour to an hour long. The longer I make it, the more little minute clips that my video editor can use. So I'm not saying it needs to be an hour long, but a half an hour is quite a long video, and there's 30 1 minute clips of content in there potentially. So that's the top tier. Then like down from that is the shorts that I'm talking about, the short videos, 15-second videos that you see on TikTok and Instagram. At this stage, all you're doing as a business owner is creating the high value content, the top tier content, and then getting a team in place, like a VA or a video editor, to give them access to your social media accounts and let them download that video, chop it up into nuggets, and let them decide on the nuggets. Make sure you find someone that's actually interested in what you talk about as well, because they will be able to understand. Like, I've got someone that wants to learn about marketing, so they love doing my video content because I actually attracted them. They were a follower of mine, but they were a video editor as well, and they did a free video for me, and he became a video editor. And I pay him £100, £100 a month. It's about $120. And he actually downloads the video, the top tier content, long form content, hour long. That can be an interview or me speaking. I do a lot of interviews today. And he'll actually download that for me, chop it up, edit it, add transcription, add the text over it for every word that I'm saying. He'll add a headline, he'll add a thumbnail, he'll write the caption, and he'll upload it and distribute it onto Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. These are shorts. These are only 15-second videos. And he'll put it onto LinkedIn. So he'll distribute onto 4 platforms. And I'm putting out one of these every second day or every third day. So that's what I'm saying about being everywhere all the time. Like, I got that headline for this talk from feedback I got from a customer of mine. He asked me, Ben, how are you everywhere all the time? Because he knows that I've got about 5 businesses I run. I've got 3 children, but that's still happening. So it's all about systems. It's about delegating. So having a system that you give to the person that you're delegating and get them to follow the system, and eliminate yourself as the bottleneck. So I'm applying like my business knowledge to social media distribution, and that's content, and it brings me leads because people find out about me all the time. And I tee him up with a lot of like good hashtags that he could use. And if it's an interview, I'll make sure I tell them to send the video to me, because what I want to do, which is my next tip, and I'm going to share my screen for this if I've got hosting abilities. So what I want to show you is probably one of my most successful engaged videos up to date. These are actually the collaborators that I've done. So that's a guest I had on my podcast. But I want to show you a specific one that really blew my mind. And this is probably the biggest nugget that I think you'll get from this talk. So this is my Instagram profile. You can see all the videos. These are the videos that my editor is producing for me. So I had nothing to do with this video going live. I created that video like 3-4 years ago. And now it's been broken up in the best bit of that 30-minute video, which is on someone else's podcast. So he's going out and searching my name on Google and finding podcasts I've been on, and then creating little 1 minute, 15-second clips, and then distributing it for me. There it is there. So this one here had 42,000 views and 8,000 likes. And it was an interview that I did. And why that happened, not just because it was a good video with a good background of Scotland and a very influential person in Scotland. We were talking about saving tax on business as well, which is always a good topic with business owners. But this was the most likes I've had on a video. And I'm wanting to really break that down quickly, because I know that I've only got a 10-minute slot for speaking. So I've got hashtags in there. It's got everything going for it, because this is a guy that's got a lot of influence. So I'm interviewing. So that is part of the tip. Find people to interview in your field that has a large amount of following. This guy has just under, let me just double check, just under 100,000 followers. So when I use this tool called the Collaborator tool on Instagram, And I think it's on TikTok and Facebook, you can tag people as well. But when you interview people, what you're doing is you're involving someone else. So it's in their interest to watch that video. And then it's probably in their followers' interest to watch that video because it's got that person that they follow on it. So instantly you're leveraging someone else's following. So I've got 3,000 followers. This guy's got 80,000 followers. If I can get onto his profile, that's an excellent social media hack. And it's Instagram collaborator tool. That's, again, just YouTube that and figure out how to do that. I'm not going to go into the details of how to do that, but I'm talking top level of like this idea and how this video was so successful and got 42,000 views and put me in front of 80,000 followers. So what happened was when he accepted my collaborator, which is like tagging someone on Facebook, what happened was my video blew up, and I really studied how this happened. And it's basically because my video, he accepted the collaborator. So the other person has to accept it. But once they do, it actually appears on their profile. So my face, my picture, my link to my Instagram ended up on this guy's profile. And he's got 80,000 followers. I just want to show you that. There I am there. So instead of being in front of my 3,000 usual followers and getting, 30 likes and maybe 2 comments, it's went up to 42,000 views, 8,000 likes, and 30, and then loads, about 100 followers off the back of this video as well. So that is my little social media hack that can make a big difference to your business, because attention, that's about attention. Attention leads to sales. So that's my talk.